We're gonna have to get back to that later because let me pull this up real fast. The game has started, so let's check this out. Oh, hold on. I need to see another game first. Well, this is Julian Landau against, believe this would be Shannon from UCSD. So they're going at it here. This is a 5-2 time control. Shannon's going pretty fast. So both players about 2,400. A very close matchup here. Yes, shout out to Julian Landau. He is definitely the favorite here. I mean, he's underrated by like 20 points, literally. But I mean, we're a little biased here. We want the UCLA team to win, so hopefully he can pull it off. And I'm also managing for the team as well, so I have to be. They're already messaging. Let's see. It's been a lot of work, you guys, to get this all lined up. Hi, CJ. Good to see you. Let's see. All right, so now we got a second game. Here, let me switch over now that everything looks nice. All right, check this out. What do you guys think? Does it look good? I think it looks pretty good. Let's focus on our games here. All right. So, oh, I see the picture, the profile pictures have been cut off a little bit, but that's all right. Hey, it's DK. What's up? What's up, Kez? Good to see you. Good to see both of you. Good to see all of you. I really appreciate you guys checking in. So this is the Collegiate Chess League. So this is Julian's game. This is FIDE Master Luke's game. Board 1. So they've started their match as well. He's in a think here for the first time, it seems. His opponent, 2,200 Josh. This is the board 4 for UCSD. So this would be a really good upset for Josh to win. We'll tune into that later. This is Chess Elephant. This is UCLA's board 4. So this is UC San Diego's board 1. So again, likewise, this would be a big upset for UCLA to win on this board. Let's see. Do they have an official stream for this? Right now, DK, this is the official stream. UCLA is stacked, so our board 4 is 2355. And I see our fourth game has not yet started between our international master, our board 2. So I believe they're trying to get the that match started. Unfortunately, the players so far have to manually challenge. Oh, and we've got that game started. So here we go. This is our board 2 against their board 3. Do I have no? So they're not on webcam. DK, what's up, Durkee? I'm doing good, man. How are you? It's been a long time. Let me post in the CCL. We'll see. Okay. All right. So it is 5-2 time control exactly. Yeah. So let's go back to Julian's game. So Julian's pretty low on the clock here, actually, 140. So he does have a little bit of increment, not too much. He does have this amazing bishop here, and he's hitting the rook. He's threatening something like bishop here and checkmate, but then the pawn's going to push here. He is also attacking this, so probably just go back here to threaten mate, and then once mate's defended, you gobble up this knight. So even though Julian is low on time, I think he's way ahead on the board. Chess.com, thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate it. So yeah, you guys, I've been working on this idea for literally years, and I pitched the idea to chess.com shortly after PCL. So as you can see, I've been influenced. I've been inspired by chess.com's event, Pro Chess League, and definitely thought, why can't we do this for college students, you know? So here we are. This is the beginning. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. So this knight is defended, brought back, and it's attacking the bishop. So Julian can take the exchange back, and you would be even material. Is there anything better? No, he goes for it. So the knight's also defending mate threat, but I'm assuming the best is to just recapture. Don't want to take with the king here because you're going to get mated in one. So queen takes, grabbing this pawn. Let's see. So Julian is up a pawn, again, down on the clock here. This bishop's undefended. We could potentially see a knight hopping in. Exactly, Chris. Do the college teams have practice in college? Some teams do, actually. UCLA is not one of the teams that has official practice times, but they do meet up twice a week. Does University of Nebraska-Lincoln have a chess team? I don't know. You'll have to figure that out for me. Is this a fork? Was this bishop trapped? I think the bishop was trapped, as in you're getting forked here. So what's the best response? Black's going to go down a piece, but the queen's coming in. So they're going to try and get compensation through activity. Again, Julian's under a minute here. I think this is going to be the first game to wrap up. Not taking right away. Oh, the rook was hit by the queen. So trying to defend with a threat, but the threat has been defended. And now, again, these pieces are on pre here. Vampire Chicken, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, so a lot of chess schools have teams. They have chess clubs, and they have players that want to play. But the teams that are in the Collegiate Chess League for now are only the teams that have registered for this season. So we got things started a little late in terms of the school year, but we had over 36 teams. So 36 schools, I should say, register. Basically, there are 4 divisions. This is D1 right now. So the D1 is made up of the top 16 schools. And then after D1, there's D2, D3, D4. And so some schools have so many players that they actually have multiple teams. So this is the UCLA A team. We do have a B team in D2, and we have a C team in D3. So depending on the strength of your team, you're going to be in a lower division. So yeah, only the top 16 schools are in D1. And this is going to be subject to change. Count Live, I see. The coach for MIZOU, Mizzou. And his team, congrats to him, by the way. His team won convincingly, I believe, against Cornell in D1 yesterday. So Count Live is tuning in. He's watching. He's scouting these teams because the winner of this match will go on to play against Mizzou. Probably the second strongest team in the entire league. So here Julian's trying to trade off the queens. He was hitting the knight as well. So the queens are off. Julian is up a knight. Again, down on the clock. But I'm still pretty confident he's going to be able to win this one out with the increment. So Face Chess, thank you for gifting the Niger. I appreciate it. This beats college football. That's what I like to see. I mean, some people like watching football. Some people like watching chess. You can watch both, but this has been something that I think has been a long time coming for chess. Why colleges haven't been able to play on a larger scale than before, I don't know, but things are changing, so we're making progress. So let's head over to our board 4 here. I see he's on in a time scramble. So again, our board 4 is up against their board number 1. So what's gonna happen here? So they're up a pawn. Our board 4 here is down a pawn, but I think the position seems fair, except we do have this connected pass pawn, which is uncomfortable to deal with, but we are getting a pawn back. Let's see. So take with the knight, hitting the rook. Probably just rook here. Is there anything else we should be worried about? Is this gonna happen? Let's see, and then maybe the knight can cause some havoc, or this rook. Okay, so we do see the pawn push, hitting the bishop. Queen's opened up a little bit. We do see the knight move. So hitting this bishop. If bishop takes, take with the knight probably, and then rook over, threaten something good. So even though low on the clock, good moves are being played here. Even material. Let's see. Let's look at our board. Is that a free bishop? Can we just take that with the fork on the queen and rook? What's going on here? Rook takes, queen takes, pawn push. Oh man. All right, so I like it. Not even gambling. We have a threat here. Low time, defended. Can we push through? We drop this. I don't know. This is a threat now, I'm pretty sure. I have no idea if that was working or not. Maybe not. Okay, hitting the queen. Where's the queen gonna go? Maybe. No. Can we... I want like some discovery, but it doesn't work. Alright, so we've got a flight square. Alright, this is dangerous. Oh, okay, the queen's here. Man, such a time scramble on all the boards here. 16 seconds to 20 seconds here. Julian with the 2 knights, but 2 passed pawns for black. Going for a mate threat. Can you defend it? Is this the only move? How else is I think this is game over. I think Julian's found a win here. This king is trapped, cooked. And that's the first win. Let's move. We got to move. This is Luke, our board 1. Again, time scramble. What's the position look like? He's up a pawn, so he's got the 3-on-2 on the outside. So that's going to be helpful. He's going to be gobbling up these pawns that are sitting ducks here. So they got to go for counterplay, but it's no use. It's simply shut down. And none of these pawns can advance. So I think Luke's going to wrap this one up. So I think round 1 is going to be at least 2 points for UCLA. No, Lynn Cody. This is a faster time control. So here we have our board 4 again in time pressure. 12 seconds to over 2 minutes. Going for queen trade, but this is a lost pawn position, so you can't really trade the queens here. You're going to have to move the queen. So queen just steps down. This pawn's probably going to be a nuisance. I don't know if you'd push right away, but... Alright, so moving the rook, hitting the queen, playing fast. You have to. Living off the 2-second time control. Is there anything that white can do here to stir up some trouble? Can you attack this base point? I'm not sure. Maybe rook here was needed. All right, so we're going for some checks here. This could be good, but not mate. Or hold on. All right, so preemptively going over. This was pre-moved, I think. No, it's probably not. Okay, you could grab the pawn, but rook here, and then that's game over. You do have some checks, maybe, but I think they're short-lived. They're calculating. They have the time. They have a minute and a half. So I don't think there's anything. You just promote now, right? No, you take. Well, still 2 queens to queen and rook. I mean, you could also just trade rooks. Queen takes, and then queen here is just probably game over. So they decide to go for 2 queens. You got to take this. He might have left. No, he's playing on. Yeah, 2 queens. This is hard. Yeah, that's a resignation. So our board 4 could not pull off the upset. Let's look at our board 2 here. International Mike Kleiman. What's this position like? What is going on? So he's playing as black. He's lower on time. He's struggling to find a move here. Oh, discover checks? This is not good. This would be an upset for UCSD to pull off this win here. This is their board 3 against our board 2. Actually, is that right? Yeah. Okay, so what's going on here? He's really low on time. He's got to move. He finds a move, so he's getting away from this rook here. All these pawns are super weak. He's up in material, but he's lost a pawn. He does have both his pawns protected now. Everything's protected. He does have to deal with this outside pass pawn. Now he's throwing in some checks. All right, advancing the pawn. Is there gonna be a checkmate threat? How do you defend it? King over. Doesn't work. How do you defend this? Check. King up? No. You got to avoid the checks. King up? No more checks. That's a free rook. You got to take it because, all right, there we go. So we win that first round 3-1. So let's update this here. So everyone won except our board 4, but that's pretty good. We'll take it. Wait, hold on. They got a 1 here. So it's the first to 8. Let's see. So Julian has started. They've waited. This is round 2 now. Julian flying out of the opening here. He is playing against their board 1 now. So again, this would be a good win for UCLA. Both times are increasing because they're playing so fast out of the opening here. Here we got an early G4 push. So Julian probably considering to sacrifice here, although he decides not to. I mean, it's something I was considering. I don't know if it's good or not. We got the knight fianchetto. I've heard bad things about this. But Julian's playing it. And now he's got f6. So both kings pushing pawns in front of them. Potential weaknesses in the long run. Okay, the rook's rerouting. White is definitely going all out for an attack here. All the pieces on this king side. Julian's going to be defensive here, playing with the black pieces. All right, so he's trying to get some counterplay on the queen side, and it looks like they're just shutting that down. So no pawn push for now. Let's move over to, again, our board 4. Let's see. I think he can get a win. It's only a matter of time. What's up, White Noise? Thank you. All right, so I don't know what opening this is. The King's Gambit accepted. So this is an annoying check to deal with. Maybe bishop block or pawn. I wouldn't block. I would go with the bishop. Yes. Yes, Caleb. Go UCLA. I should have posted the link to our messenger. But I forgot. So yeah, if you're just joining, UCLA won the first round 3-1, which is pretty good. Can't complain. Let's see. So we got to check. We got to defend. Bishop, you get... No, you have the knight here. I mean, they can always take and ruin the pawn structure a little bit. So we do block with the bishop. Knight's coming in. This is slightly annoying. So can you just castle? Probably not, because takes twice with check. I mean, queen move seems pretty simple, but again, I think white will have the bishop pair here. Not the end of the world, but we are down a minute here, so we do move the queen. Probably just castle, right? Yep, castles. Maybe castles here as well. Suspicious White Noise. We'll have to talk about that later. All right, so we do capture the knight. Pawn recapture. Knight takes. Pawn takes, undoubling the pawns. This pawn will fall, though. The bishop recapture, and the rook is there. I don't know if this knight can move. Unleashing an attack on the bishop. But that would trade down all the pieces, and I do believe black has a worse endgame here. So maybe you don't want to trade down. Maybe something like this, just to, keep the bishop on. No, so we do see the knight move, but I think just trade, and white's favored here, in my opinion. Up a pawn. All right, so black is engaging the capture. So I like this because white's going to have to take back in a way that doesn't favor them because this knight has not developed yet and the rook is blocked. So the rook could come here with tempo. What else? Knight here maybe. Although, yeah, what did they? Probably just queen here. Defend this pawn, hit the knight. What's up, Swole? You have been. So, Gerber, we're seeding or we're putting our players based off their relative strength that we know. So this is our board 2, International Master, and our board 4 is actually 2600. So we're boarded by the Blitz strength. So the titles are based off of their FIDE rating, right? But our matches here are Blitz on chess.com. So we're using our Blitz ratings. No prizes yet, Caleb. All right, so this is our board 1. Their games have just started. Did Julian already win his second game? Are you kidding me? Oh man, was that an early checkmate? Let's look at it. We saw the beginning of this game. I was saying white was going to go for an all-out attack here. Oh, but this was a dropped piece. A sacrifice. So we push here, drop the piece. Oh. Man, these pawns, white must have missed a lot of discovery attacks with these pawns moving. So things opened up and not to the favor of white. After this pawn takes, that is a very fast checkmate. I mean, Julian had 3 minutes, 14 seconds left. What's up, Nikki? Good to see you. Yeah. Luke's a beast. Luckily, we also got, honestly, every board on our team's a beast here. We got Julian Landau, med school student for UCLA, also chess streamer. Feel free to check out his channel. He is 2-0, so we'll see if he goes. I don't want to say the S word. You guys know in sports, people are very superstitious. But what I'm trying to say is you could consider getting out the brooms, but it might be a little early. We're only halfway into the match, but he is 2-0, so let me reflect that. And Siddharth is still at 1. So Siddharth, their board 1, has lost their first game at the hands of our FIDE master, Julian Landau. Yeah, Sammy? I'll have to check it out. So long think here for Luke, our board 1. This knight has hopped in. We've got this, so probably not going to take the knight, protecting our other bishop from this knight capture. Trying to keep this locked, because if you take here, I don't know, maybe things will open up, and this could be annoying at some point. Yeah, Lynn Cody, chess.com hooked me up with this very nice template. Shout out to chess.com for this, and Nick as well, and Isaac, who you guys might have seen in our Discord server. Let's look at our board 4 here. Okay, so my first thought in this position is back rank mate, smothered mate, potentially. I think white has a lot of tactics in this kind of position. A lot of different tactics. What does black have? Black, I mean, the material is even, but I definitely favor white a lot with these better active pieces than black. So, um, at best, what I can see is potential mate threat on g2, but both knight advances are covered by the rook and queen. So, I mean, they do have responsibilities, but I think they have more attacking opportunities. So, like, immediately right now, white to move, white's just thinking up on the clock, so they have the time to think and calculate, but I'm, like, looking at rook e8, but this does give some checks to black. So, getting a flight square, also potentially adding another attacker to the equation. You know, you don't have to rush when you have this kind of position as white. You can take your time, improve your position slowly. So again, dual purpose, flight square plus potential attacker. So I like this h4 idea by white here. So this is our board 4. I believe this is their board 2. So all right, so the knight's coming back, adding some more defense to this king side, covering this e8 square. So also I like the new potential g4 advance, right? Adding some you can't go for this pawn yet because the knight's here. This is a close game. I mean, white's thinking, and the clock will catch up here. So it's not too clear how exactly white's gonna be advancing. Maybe just knight here, but again, we gotta watch out for these sort of attacks by black. What's up, Julian? Good to see you. And congratulations on your 2 wins so far. You had that very nice checkmate in the last game. So you guys also check him out. He is a streamer and one of our best players at UCLA, our board 3 in this match. So definitely very happy to get him on our team. He's a huge addition. And yes, he is known for the scat man. And no scrubs. So let's see. Let's tune into Luke's game here. So we're seeing some knight hops from black. Again, this hasn't opened up quite yet, so we're not going to take here and unleash a mating attack on ourselves. Although this bishop is here to defend, we would just prefer to keep this closed on this bishop and queen tandem. Yeah, Nikki. If you want to hear that music, you got to tune into Julian's game. Let's look at Michael here. So again, he's in some time trouble. What's going on in this position? Similar idea between Michael and Luke's game here that we don't necessarily want to take, because then we give some opportunities for black to open up the position for their bishop. And right now, if this bishop were to be opened up, if this queen weren't here, we could even sacrifice here and give mate, because this pawn would be pinned, where the king is lined up with the bishop here. But yeah, I don't suspect white to be taking. But also, yeah, the queens are coming off. Queen and bishop here defending the light squares pretty well. So even if we do open up this bishop diagonal, we could play here in some situations. But yeah, the rooks for black look a lot better than the rooks for white. I'll tell you that much. I do like white a little bit better in this position because of the better piece activity. But really no clear threats just yet. I think bishop here is going to be fine. So that's what we see. Protecting the bishop, getting on this nice long diagonal. If this bishop were to move, we could consider some sacrifices here. In fact, take here, and I feel like that would be pretty good compensation. And we do see the bishop move, so this is something that we have to watch out about. What exactly is going to happen? Okay, so everything's attacking here. Let's see if we see a sacrifice, one of these two. I could see it going either way. But yeah, the king's going to hop up to g2. Black will be down in exchange for a pawn, but it's something that This is their board 4, I believe. So if they could stay up on the clock here, maybe they can pressure. So nope, taking the knight, not taking with the bishop, taking with the pawn, because you don't want this pawn to push, I suspect. So I mean, maybe it would have been an idea, but anyways, nope, the bishop comes, so no sacrifice. And the bishop going back and forth is a good sign, I think, for UCLA here, because now UCSD moving back and forth shows me, at least, that they don't have a clear plan. And this pawn is blocked behind its own pawn. This pawn's not going to be moving anytime soon. So anyways, we're going to have to... All right, so going for the rook trade. So less pieces on the board, less to calculate. We did drop a pawn, so that is unfortunate. Can we play here? Probably not, because bishop here. So Josh is playing very well here. Up a pawn, but now it's going to be a complete time scramble. The rook's going to have to move, or you're going to have to protect it. So we go all the way back. Okay. Potential dark square weaknesses. Trying to open things up here. Thank you for the host, XX Calmies. Nerf Julian Landau. I would prefer not, because he's on my team. What's up, Flying Sheep? And Chess Jawa, good to see you. I forgot if you were in the lineup for U Chicago or not, but what's up, Mbin? All right, let's look at... We've got another game. Oh, Chess Elephant won this game. So this is our board 4. Huge win. What happened here? The rooks were traded off somehow. So this is a little scary. They could have gone for a perpetual, I think. They didn't go for it, and then they dropped the pawn with check. And then they dropped the other pawn with check. And now white... Oh, what a sick tactic. Look at this. You could block with the queen, but you drop the knight, so the king moves. But guess what? You drop the knight anyways. Puzzle rush right there with a nice fork. And that is a good game by our board 4 here. So huge win. Let's look at here. Luke only has 3 seconds left. He's living off the increment. All right, this pawn's going to promote. What's happening here? I think Luke, our board 1 has lost. So our board 4 won and our board our board 1 lost. So let me update this. Good game by... Who is this? Is this their board 3? Yeah. So they won. They beat our FIDE Master Luke here. So crazy stuff happening. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's look at our last game. Both sides under 10 seconds left. Our board 2 against their board 1. Or sorry, board 4. Let's see. So defending this pawn looks like this is going to be a win. Not only up an exchange, but up a pawn as well. So we have to defend this pawn with both of our pieces because it's under attack. Now checking. Going to get this pawn to a light square. Oh, just advancing the king. Pretty solid. Given another check, king's going to have to go back. King can step up and repeat this. I would just push the pawn, but that's just me. Let's see how he does this. Let's see this technique. So guarding the checking square, I don't think that matters too much. There's no checks. Push the pawn, perhaps. Yep. Push the pawn again. And then king here. And then check. I don't know. All right, so we're going to hit the bishop out. Again, no checks. Here, perhaps. No, that gives a check. That's fine. You just step back. But then they got to watch out for this. No. All right, so give a check. King goes back. Step forward with the mate threat. Guarding the mate, but just here or here. Ah, that's a good way to pick up the bishop. Right? Threatening mate, winning the piece, clinching a win. Good stuff. Awesome stuff by Michael Kleiman here. So let me update his score as well. So let's see. I should add like a totals. Was it 6 points? and then they should have 2. So we just need 2 more points to clinch a draw here. I think they're board 2-1, right? Against. Oh shoot, I've lost it already. Who lost on our? We only had one person lose, right? It was Luke. Yeah. So is there? Is that right? Should they have 4-6? No, no, I had it right. I had it right. Hold on. That should be it. All right. So let's see. We could clinch the win here. Julian asking in chat if he should be white or black. You switch white and black. So Julian, you were board 3, so you started with white. Second game was black. This game should be white again. You're not both due to be white. We're the top seed. They're the bottom seed. Niger, welcome. Don't worry, Julian. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So that's the benefit. Well, one of the benefits of being the top seeded team is it's really easy to remember that you just switch colors every round. Whereas the bottom seeded team has to, so for each team, I have an image that I could pull up, but each team basically starts with board 1 and 2 with black, and board 3 and 4 is white. And then second round, they just switch colors. And then the top seeded team will continue to switch colors each round, but then the bottom seeded team from second to third round will have to keep the color that they're playing with and then switch from third to fourth round. It's all good. It's all good, Julian. I should have been more clear. But yeah, you guys, this is inside look to how I have to deal with these players. Don't know what they're doing because I'm just not communicating very well. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun organizing this for everyone. It's been hectic. I've been super busy, but it's totally worth it. I think this is something that is going to be a main event for chess, at least on Twitch, for years to come. Niger, what happened to the SLU game? You guys beat Arizona State 15-1. It was a slaughter. Actually, that was the most polarized match so far. So we started yesterday. Julian, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Let me reach out. All right, so Julian, he's saying to send the challenge again, and he'll accept it. Niger, it was Arizona State. Send the challenge again if you can, Julian. I have no idea, Niger. You guys have to stream your games. All right, Julian's got it. So this is our board 4 again, who is 1-1 so far, which is pretty good considering he's played the 1 and 2 boards. So now he's playing board 3 from UCSD. So yeah, it's funny because with the board 4, your opponents get gradually easier to play against, in terms of rating at least. When you're board 1, your opponents get stronger and stronger. Yeah, Jay. Oh, sorry, you got banned there. Your message was deleted. 1 second. I also added, I don't know if you saw, I added a thing as well. Let me look at your thing. Maybe it's better. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Actually, the issue is I might pull it up on the wrong window. I'll look at it after. So yeah, you guys, I am streaming the UCLA versus UCSD A teams match right now. But after this, I'll be heading over. There's actually a Collegiate Chess League Twitch account that I'll be streaming Harvard A versus Yale A. So yeah, flying sheep. It's all good. Let me give a shout out to the other Twitch channel. So if you guys feel like heading over, checking that out, I'll be there starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So in 50 minutes, Yale and Harvard will be playing. So that'll be pretty exciting. And then the Division 1 matchup will be complete. So, okay, what's going on here? So this knight's going to be taken, and it's going to be even material. I don't like that you have the dark square pawns with the dark square bishop, but this was pretty well done here by Daniel to get this bishop on a nice diagonal and open things up. They could play here. Actually, could they play there? I'm not sure. Okay, so this is lining up with the king. Maybe just king over. Then bishop here is going to be a very annoying piece to deal with. So we do have opposite colored bishops here. Did Luke already win his game? Or is this the old game? No, this was Luke's game that he lost. So Luke hasn't started his game yet. This is Julian. So let's see. Julian against board 4. And again, we only need 2.5 points to get the win here. Yeah, Chess Jawa. That's funny. I hope you guys get an easier matchup tomorrow, or not next week, round 2. So, didn't your A team win against UC Berkeley though? I thought your A team won. I guess you're on the B team. Let's see. So apparently their board 1 is not on. Caleb, are you there? Because I have an idea for our B and C teams. My idea is to just do the match at a time where I know that everyone's free, which is basically at like really late at night or really early in the morning. Okay, so this is their board 1. They've scored 1 out of 2 so far. And this is the third round. So if Michael could get a win here, this would be huge again. So it's always good to beat the board 1. This game has just started. Let's look at another game that's getting towards the end. This is our board 4 here. So again, our board 4, 1 out of 2, which is pretty good because they played boards 1 and 2. This is board 3. So he is pretty low on the clock here in this position, and I think black's going to get a nice pass pawn probably. Can you take here, attacking the queen? They take here, attacking the queen with check, and then winning this rook. Okay, can you take here, or do you just take here? Okay, so we do take here. So I think, okay, you take here. The rook's hanging, but so is the queen. So the queen's going to have to react, right? And then you take this. Oh, I like white now. I think white has some good ideas. Okay, trade queens. All right, you trade rooks and just be up a pawn. Can you? No, don't push yet. Maybe bishop here would have been pretty sweet. Maybe not. It is opposite color bishops, but we are up a very healthy passed pawn. Although we're not promoting on the right color square, we want it on the same square as our bishop, so that's slightly unfortunate. This could end up being a draw, although we are very low on the clock here. Oh, is that a free pawn? Oh, we're threatening mate. This is a beautiful bishop. I didn't even realize. So, okay, we have a check. No, I like this square better, more centralized. We could push the pawn and play here, but the king's going to step up is the problem. So that's exactly what we do. I think king here. Well, we give a check, but can they take the pawn? We could take this pawn. I feel like that's fair. Or if we take this one. The problem is both of these pawns are on light square promotion, so this is a check to consider. I do like the idea of discover check with these two pawns hanging, especially if you could take this G pawn, the heart of this king side pawn structure for black. Yeah, that's the problem. Is UCLA is in 10th week, so quarter system is pretty painful. But yeah, our A team, I don't think half the team's on the quarter system because they are in grad school, so that's somewhat helpful. All right, so the king steps away. There was a check to be given, but black keeping all the pieces on light squares, so this bishop doesn't have any good targets. All right, so the rook has left, the king has left as well. So now this is a huge threat. What just happened here? What just happened here? I think this is a big blunder. Yeah, wait. Oh, promote with check there. I love it. So that's a big game here for our board 4 as well. Good win. He's on fire. He is 2 out of 3. What's up, Lawrence? Great stream yesterday, by the way. Let's look in at our board 1's game. So our board 1, he lost the last round, so he's looking to get some revenge here. Pretty low on the clock again. Yeah, Daniel made big plays there, so that's 2 for him. So now right now we're at 7 total. So again, let's see if Luke here, our board 1, we can at least clinch a draw with a win. I'm looking at this right now for black, so it's white's move. Maybe defend this. Also, I mean, obviously the rook's getting hit, so the rook's gonna have to move. Can we grab this pawn? But then this is knight could take back, right? What's going on? Are we gonna repeat? What's up with this? Oh, rook takes. I mean, that's with check. You take here. All right, so they drew. Interesting. So this is, who is this? Let's see, round 3, board 1 plays board 2. So that's the first points for their board 2. So they are on the board. We are at 7.5. Here, let me pull up Julian's game while we're looking. They are at 2.5. Yeah, we are killing it, Trophy. He was losing a bit, so that's a good draw. Okay, I must have missed it, but I'm just glad we're getting points. I'm glad we are getting points. Let's see. All right, so that's a check. I think you just should take it, no? Or you just move the king? Yeah, you move the king, so queen's got to move. I don't think you necessarily want to take back and invite that queen in. All right, the pawn is pushed. Time to trade off some pieces here. Black is definitely pushing the attack. So Julian, let's see if you can go 3-0. Would be very good for him. Takes the bishop. Probably has to. Are you gonna move the bishop? No. So black could take if they want, and they do. Honestly, it's even material. Who do I like here? I don't know. All right, I like the queen move, blocking the pawn. Could play queen here if you want. This is a check. Could this pawn be taken? No. I think, okay, so guarding the check. Okay, just one move for the pawn. The rook has come in, attacking this pawn. What is going on? Is rook going to come here? Julian's super pressed on the clock here. Oh, do we have another game? No. So let's look at the other game. This is our board 2 against their board 1. So I like, what do I like here? Oh, it's 2 pieces for a rook. So that favors white. This pawn is going to be really hard. I mean, you've got issues here as black. Grabbing a pawn. We could take this with check and then take this. What else is there? You got to watch out for back rank because the knight's covering the flight square. Okay, so what exactly is the plan? I'm not too sure. This looks like a free pawn. Let's take. We should go back to... We'll watch Julian's game finish, because both sides have a lot less time on this side. So what's going on here? Julian's got to move. All right, so he's attacking the rook. Defending the pawn. The queen doesn't have to babysit the rook. This pawn defended, all the base points defended by white here. Now Julian is now up on the clock. So this pawn falls. This pawn's under attack. This pawn's going to fall. Nope. So check first. Trying to trade off queens now. All right, so just improving the queen's position. Yeah, rook here, queen here. No. Staying low. Gonna gobble up this pawn now. Queen here, maybe. Oh, hanging back rank mate there. Julian with the time scramble win here. So Julian is flawless, regardless of his score or not, but he is 3-0. So that actually clinches the win for Team UCLA. So game match point here with the game clinch. Awesome stuff, Julian. This was, I mean, it's hard to find moves in time scramble, so just trying to burn time, right? Or burn moves. Seemed like a simple rook move, but ended up being the dagger that ended the game. So let's update this. All right, so, I mean, there's one game left in round 3. Again, Michael, low on the clock. Julian has started his final game. Just trying to go for the, again, don't want to jinx him, but let's see. So, okay, we've managed to get a piece back, so we are up in exchange. See, probably trying to go for this at some point. Also guarding checks, which is good. So gotta step up. Only move. Step up again. You don't want to go back. All right, grabbing a pawn. Threat is, I mean, I think this pawn's gonna fall no matter what. But I would just play, I don't know. I would play one of these two moves. Gotta be fast though. All right, so you're going for this. You can trade off rooks, but does this favor white? There's so many pawns. This could be a draw. I think white's favored for sure. This will never be disrupted. I think white is definitely for choice, and not even looking at the time situation. Yes, white noise, he is. So I guess it's just a matter of technique here by white. How are they gonna advance? They definitely can. It's just a question of how. So yeah, gotta keep everything on dark squares so this bishop can't attack anything. But okay, I like this, but you can still just push one of these two. Because the king could always take back. You gotta push these pawns and trade off somehow. Let's see. All right, so this pawn's being attacked by both, so now we've got split pawns, but Fortunately for white, they both promote on light colored squares, so this is super helpful. We're going to try and get a perpetual here. That's the name of the game. Tons of checks, but king over, we'll go here, attack this pawn. You got to go back. No? Okay, defend here. Another check. 6 seconds. Doesn't look good. Oh, just push here now. No? Oh, but you dropped the bishop. My bad. This is going to be played, and then this. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, just bishop here is fine. Now we're attacking this, pushing. Oh, and it promotes next. Yeah, so we resign that. All right, well, this was a board 1, so Mark, what's good? How are you? Did you end up raiding Lele last night? Or I should say this morning. Let me update him here. So, again, yeah, UCLA has clinched the team match, but if they wanted to go into game 4, they can. Let's see. All right, so this is the board 4 versus board 4 matchup just started here. This is board 3 versus board 3. Julian trying to go for that 4-0. You did. That's good to hear. And yeah, Mark, I'll be streaming the Harvard match starting in like 30 minutes. But this is the end of the UCLA match. But I will be doing it actually on a different channel specific to the Collegiate Chess League. So I'll just give it a shout out. You don't have to follow it, of course. But if you're interested, you want to see Harvard play Yale, you could check it out over there. All right, so what's going on here? Thinking rook here would be pretty nice. Queen coming in here maybe at some point. I don't think you want to take, so that's off the table. What else could happen? Yeah, maybe this first and then this. I don't know. We do have to be a little concerned, potentially, about some sacrifice like this. But it's quite a ways off from that. Okay, so we're going with the E rook instead of the A rook. I'm not sure why. Potentially, if this capture were to happen, we can open up the A file. But anyways, queen here, threatening to take this, and then take here. No, rerouting the knight. Again, maybe we're concerned about any sacrifices if the queen goes too far. So just improving our knight here, probably. What else is going on? So this is our board 4. Again, doing really well. Playing with the black pieces here. This move I'm not too sure about. G5. So there was a mate threat. There was a mate threat on G7. This doesn't look too good though. I could picture the queen's gonna come in soon. I mean, you gotta play here, but again, this pawn's pinned, so queen here is a threat if you play here. Honestly, I feel like you could just take this, but queen takes. Maybe you trade down, but definitely like white here. Did not like this setup for black. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if they go for this. Because, yeah, bishop here, just play here, check, and it's mate. So what do you do after this? How do you defend this? Nope, just getting the rook in. Well, now bishop here. And queen here. No, you could push. I don't know. Yeah, queen here would have been pretty sweet. I don't know if you could defend this. And if king steps over, you have knight here, threatening mate. That could have been a knockout blow, but maybe our board 4 has a second life here. So this pawn's actually pinned, so we're not even threatening to take here. So we're pushing here. We're blocking out this bishop. So let's see if they open things up. Not yet. Just doubling up the rooks. Maybe we could push here. Again, not threatening to take right away, but just closing the opening of the position. So, I mean, they could still... I would take, honestly. Oh, you got to open up that F-file for the rooks. Yeah, so they take. Take with this pawn, probably. No. This is lost for black. I think g4 could have been tried, but they could just respond with like h3, and you're still in a pretty bad predicament. At least you're not opening up the F-file. Alright, so I guess then they would push g5. Alright, so that was a loss. Win for Josh here. So ending, Josh was 0 for 3. Got that point, but it's not going to be enough for UCSD. Let's see. Let's tune into, I think this is their board 2. Yeah. So they have only gotten a draw so far. We'll see if they can try to get a full point against Michael here. No, actually, this game has the most time left. I think just rook takes back, preserving the pawn structure. Anything wrong with that? I don't think so. Maybe knight here would be awkward. Let's look at Julian's game. He's got the least amount of time left, and he's trying to go for the 4-0. Oh, and we tuned in just in time. I don't know what happened, but we got a resignation. Let's look at this. Hold on. We got the rook. These pigs getting on the second rank here. So this rook here defending and the queen defending. Once the queen leaves, that's one defender down. Queen takes the second defender down, and now we actually have a mate threat. You can't take because check, king back, and the second rook coming in for mate. So that is a puzzle rush moment here. What a nice find here by Julian. Going perfect, 4-0. Awesome stuff. So Julian, MVP of the match. I mean, match isn't even done, but he won the game clincher, and he's 4-0. You can't do better than that. So awesome stuff here by Julian, taking down the entirety of the UCLA or the UCSD team. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let's tune in back to, well, this is Luke's game. So this is our board 1. Board 1, not the hottest match for him, but he can end positive. He's 1.5 out of 3, so he's breaking even right now. But if he gets a win here, he will go positive. So let's see if he can do this. Trying to get in on these dark squares, perhaps. So we got the battle of the bishop pairs here. He's down 2 minutes on the clock. This is a passed pawn for black. This is connected. These are connected passed pawns for white. So black is up a pawn, though. We'll see if they can convert. Just managed to get connect 4 here, so that's pretty good for black. But yeah, these dark squares, I don't know. All right, so that's a fork, but you know, take the piece, take the rook, take the rook, take another piece. Oh, probably wins the exchange, but let's see, what's the bigger threat? What is the bigger threat? Probably attacking the rook, so the rook has to react first. So now we could double their pawns, we could trade queens potentially. Or you could just take this, but I think, no, you don't take because pawn takes, hitting the queen, and your bishop's on pre, so you cannot take this. So what's gonna happen here? We take the bishop. Let's see. You don't want to take here, I don't think. Okay, well, you take this, now king takes, and now this is a pen. But you can't really take advantage of it, so. What is going on here, man? White to move. Can you give check first? Nope, so take the rook, trading down here. So queen takes, you could take here and then take here. Really low on the clock. They'll take here. I mean, might be a draw, to be honest. Although you could promote on the dark square. So he goes for the queen trade. Takes the pawn, takes back. And now going for this. You can't defend it. Just going for king activity here. So we'll have these opposite, you know, sets of pawns and bishops. But white's much farther advanced. I think it's just a draw, though. I'm just going to say. I think it's a draw. No, going for, all right, so you get a pawn back, completely even. Bishop's in time to stop any advancement. This guy's gonna come up, or you want to leave it? I don't know. Oh, could you take this? No, it just offered draw. All right, so Luke has ended the match, breaking even. Let's see. What else has been happening? Was this round? Yeah, he resigned. Oh, alright, so this is the last game. Michael versus Shannon from UCSD. So the battle of the board twos. Yeah, Julian, each player in the Collegiate Chess League has 8 years of eligibility. So that's a full, you know, MD, PhD program worth. If you wanted to start over. All right, so Michael here is up on the clock. Over twice as much time, so that's convenient. All right. So the knight has to go back and defend the bishop. King, is this a cooked rook? Looks cooked to me. Oh no, pawn push. So could you push here actually? I think that's a good idea, but then you're gonna get checked. But I mean, so what? You just move the king. I like this idea. This is my idea. Kick away the knight, win the bishop. Simple, easy. There's probably something more to. Oh, okay. So we're kicking. See, look. This is why this guy's the I am. I'm just a. You know, if you push this pawn, you give some free squares. See, this way you can take. You have a choice. You have your pick. Probably. I don't know. I would take. What would I take? The bishop. Or is this pawn gonna fall? Alright, maybe the knight would have been better. He looked at it. He's smart. I know. He has to know. He sees this stuff. I trust him. He's got this. Wait, he's actually down 2 pawns. What's going on? Although they're both pretty weak pawns. I mean, oh, that's a big fork. I saw that. Yeah, you couldn't go there because this pawn is pinned. So awesome. That's a full rook right there. So down 2 pawns. Very tricky stuff. How do you defend this pawn? I was thinking just king stepping up. But no, they elected to defend with the rook, and they got forked big time by this knight, the pinned pawn there. So awesome finish, and that is the last match. So good stuff. Again, congrats to Julian. I'm declaring him MVP. With 4-0, flawless. UCLA winning the match overall 11-5, so really good stuff. Michael Kleiman 3-1, also very good. Daniel did he did really well. He got 2 of his points in the first 3 rounds. So really tough opponents. It was his last opponent. His fellow board 4 that was one of the players that beat him. So overall, awesome match. We had half the team break even, the other half go positive. Yeah, and again, check out Julian's channel. Hopefully he'll be streaming some of his games later.